We're holding in the Hakdama on the second page, which is page Vav, in the first new paragraph. It starts with the word Mavur. Okay? And in this paragraph, the Rebbe is going to be bothered by a question that he's anticipating people are going to be bothered by, which is that if the Holocaust was caused by the Aveira of being over on the Shavuos, then there were only a few Zionists in Eretz Yisrael at that time who were actually amassing weapons and having an army and bringing in illegal immigrants. So if only a few people were being over on the Shavuos, why did the whole Jewish people suffer? Why did millions of Jews in Europe get killed because of a few people?
Everybody suffers.
Okay. So the first teretz is going to be that the whole world is punished for the violation of a shua. Take a look.
Yeah, it's the only Aveira actually in the book.
And also today is most of the Jews.
So he says inside, Mavur b'Gemara Shavuos Daf Lamed Tes. The Gemara says in Shavuos, B'chol Aveira sheB'Torah Nifroim Mimenu. All Aveiros in the Torah, Hashem punishes just the person himself. Uv'Shvua Mimenu Mimishpachtoi Mikol Ha'olam Kuloi. From a Shvua, Hashem punishes the person, his family, and the whole world. Now this is part of what they say to Adam, or not to the Adam, to the person who is about to take a Shvua in Bezdin.
Defendant.
Right, when he's about to say, let's say, Moedim Amiktzis, he's about to take a Shvua, they say, we should warn you first that a Shvua is a very, very serious thing, and they say all these warnings.
There's a practical...
We see from this, the severity of the punishment of Shvua shemagil l'chol ha'olam kulei, that it could happen to the whole world b'ashmas hayachid she'avra Shvua, that this is for the fault of one person who is over on Shvua. Umikol shekain bazeh. So in all the more so in the case of Zionis, shenasu ma'asim rabim b'hamoin brios, that there were many people involved in Zionism, and he's going to say now, not just a few people, like you think. In the last days before World War II, almost, he says, almost most of the Jewish people helped out in Zionism in many different ways. Besides the people who were actually members of the organization and contributed to it, but there were many people who also bought land, or they contributed to the JNF, that bought land, and there was a Mizrahi organization which wasn't officially part of Zionism, but also whoever was a member of that also was Messiah. So various people helped out in different ways to the Zionist project, which brought people closer to being over on the Shavuos. The Zionists took out the pushkas. People used to have pushkas in their house for Meir Baal Nes. They took those out and they put in instead the JNF. The Karen Kayemet.
Yeah.
Okay. V'gam nasu b'farhesia le'enei kol Yisrael. And also these actions were done in public. Umuatin hein shezachu lasos mecha karoi. And this is really a second answer he's saying now, that many people weren't over on the Shvua, but the fact is that even if they weren't over, they didn't protest against those who were over. So therefore, there were very few people who were privileged to make a proper protest.
They just learned, to actually bring down the same.
So Al Kain Ba Aleinu Atzar Azois. That's why this tragedy happened. Masha Amru Chazal Beferish, that the Chazal say that the Oynish is Shanasu Muvkarim Kitzvais Chaylas Asada. That's the punishment. Now this is the third answer. This is a Gemara in Bava Kama, Daf Samach. The Gemara says that when a punishment comes to the world, it comes because of Rishaim, but it starts with tzaddikim.
Why? How could that be tzaddikim? Tzaddikim bring bracha to the world.
But that's the klal. When the punishment comes, the tzaddikim are miskaper for the door.
Oh.
So their misa is mechaper. So first, the punishment starts with the tzaddikim. Okay.